we will be dealing with another part of visual literacy, which we call advertisements. Now, in an advert, there are certain things that one needs to look at to be able to deal satisfactorily with the questions on this section. Now, what I want us to have a look at, and remember, you know, in the studio, we have a luxury of having our adverts and cartoons, especially the adverts rather, in color. But when you have to deal with this in an exam situation, they're not in color anymore, they're black and white. Some of the things might not be as clearly visible as they are when one deals with color. Be careful of that. But when you look at an advert in totality, look at every single detail that you have there. If you look at the people riding on these elephants, look at their facial expressions, look at everything. Are they happy people, not Pirates supporters? Are they happy? Do they really want to show a particular expression or emotion? Do you see that as a learner? If you look at the writing that is used there, what type of writing is used? Is this what we normally see on daily basis? Is this very artistic? For what reasons are these, you know, forms of writing in a different form of writing, if that is English? If you look at that, the cursive writing that is used there, there could be a reason why this advert is written in cursive. If that is the other thing you need to look at is, look at the other related pictures to the main picture. Look at this sun. Look at the map that is given. There's a reason why there's a map there. Look at these people showing their culture, their traditions. There's a reason for that. Look at this man. Black as it might look, you might look at the background. It is easy for me to see all these different colors, but in your question paper, this would be black and white. You might not see it clearly, but there's a reason for these other supporting pictures. If you look at this other picture, look at these kids, their mood, their facial expressions. Why are they happy? You look at the other picture there, there's a reason for all these supporting pictures. Don't forget to look at the map. There's a reason for that map. Why is it written Buffalo City there? What does it show? This is not just a, you know, something that indicates where Buffalo City is. There is something in that, and you will see that it's pointing somewhere. That is very important. Look at it in an advert. Look for minor details also. They have a role to play. If we go further and we look at our picture, you look at what this is about Buffalo City and tourism. There is a reason why we have something like this. You might have a question springing up out of that. What does this symbol signify? What does it tell us? Look at that. This small information that you have here right at the bottom, it has a place. It has a significance. Look at it. Read the information. You might get questions from that. And if you look at, for example, something like this, www.tourismbuffalocity.co.za, and you will find out that this information, based on what we know in terms of information technology these days, it might mean something to us. It is not written there for the sake of being there. It does not make the picture look beautiful. There is a purpose for it. If you look at these telephone numbers, your fax numbers, your email address, these things have got a purpose and a role that they play. After having looked at a picture in its totality, then you can be able to look at your questions. Whether you look first at the questions or you look at the picture first, it's up to you. But what is important at the end is to be able to answer the questions. The type of writing that you will get on a picture is very important. The size that is used there is very important. The phrasing that is used, whatever words are used, are very significant. Look at them and try to make meaning out of them. If you are able to do that, you will be able to answer your questions. Now, we have seen what the picture is about. We have analyzed the picture. We have looked at every single detail on this picture. Let's look at the questions then.
Before we go to questions, Lincoln, do I understand you to say the candidates must consider both the pictures and the text.
That's correct.
In other words, the text speaks to the pictures.
Of course,
They give more information. And the information that, remember, the advertiser wants you to be interested in their product.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to communicate.
That's correct.
So every single bit that is given here, either in the form of a picture or in the form of a text, is actually saying to you, you need to take note that we're here.
Yes.
Your attention is called.
That's correct.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
are better than any other city.
Oh, definitely.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Not we, but the Buffalo City. Now, let's look at our questions. 421. Explain why the words "it's an adventure" are written in large print. Aha! Didn't I warn you earlier about the writing? The type of letters that you would get on a picture in an advert. They have a role to play. They are not there because some people cannot see small letters. They have a very important role to play. And let's look at what we need to do there. We need to look at that and explain. And when we try to explain what we have there, this that we need to do is exactly what answers the question that we have. Explain why the words "it's an adventure" are written in large print. You know, if you have to explain and you have to give an answer as "to make readers see better," you are not explaining. When you explain, you must say something in such a way that somebody is able to see that you are actually telling them more about something. The next question. What do the pictures suggest about Buffalo City? And like I said, you look here, you look at these related pictures. You know, the small pictures that you have there in the advertisement, they have a role to play. And remember, if you've dealt thoroughly with your advertisement, you will be able to know every single detail about an advert, because other than seeing people on the backs of elephants, you would see even these smaller pictures at the bottom there where they say something. And now the question arises, what do these pictures suggest about Buffalo City? Then we go to the next question, 423. Now this question says, why has the advertiser included a map in this advertisement? Look at the mark allocation every time. The mark allocation tells you what you need to do and how far you should go with your answer. Now, if you look at this map, what does it tell you about this advertisement and why is it included? Look also at this, and there's a pointer there. What does it tell you? It goes without question that this map has been included in the advertisement to show you exactly where Buffalo City is. The next question, which is 424, state. Very important. We must look at the verbs at the beginning of every question. They tell us exactly what we need to do and to what extent we need to go in order to answer a question. And it says any 2 ways in which tourists can get more information on Buffalo City. Not any other city, but Buffalo City. Now, if you look at all these things, this is where you would get your information from. State any 2 ways in which tourists can get more information on Buffalo City. And if you look at the whole thing, it tells you something. Remember what I said about this, that it's not written for pleasure. You can surf the net. You can go on the internet and it'll tell you more about Buffalo City. If you don't have that kind of facility, use your cell phone or your phone at home. Call them. You will get whatever information you need to get. If you can't, fax them. You can also, if you have your internet, you can email them, and then you can talk to them directly and they'll respond to you. If you're like me, you don't have any of these facilities. I belong to the old generation. Write them a letter. They have a street address there. Wow. You can also write a letter to them. It doesn't matter how long it'll take. What is important is, at the end, you'll get the information that you need. So all these are means that you can use to be able to get more information about Buffalo City. But the question says, state any two, because here we have more than two. So be careful. Answer the question as it is asked. Never get too excited. Now, the next question that we need to look at is 425. Refer to the written text below the map in the advertisement. What do the words "like no other" suggest about Buffalo City? Again, you look at the marks given there, 2 marks. Now, we get this where it's written, we've got so much to offer in Buffalo City: uncrowded pristine beaches, culture preserved for centuries, untamed wildlife, international sporting events, lively nightlife, sports, and a historical heritage like no other. Your adventure awaits. You see how the people who place this advert like to make this place look far more beautiful than any other place you might have been to. Remember, you can get to places by visiting them physically or by just going through magazines, and you will see where these places are and how they look like. Now, if you are to decide if this is a place like no other, now you have to tell us what these words mean. At the end, when you look at that, you will see that these words, if you look at them, they are so convincing that the people cannot get any place like this place. This is an extraordinary place. This could be the most beautiful place to visit. Whatever adjectives you use that could qualify the place in mind as Buffalo City, then you would know that there is no place like this. You might end up saying there is no place like this because it looks like heaven.